53 in the past, Buick introduced the Riviera and Skylark Grand Sports around the globe, packing big nail-head V8s plus more style than merely about whatever else General Motors built at that time. By 1970, their zenith with the muscle car era, the 455 cubic-inch GSX, wearing a wild stripe package along with a distinctly un-Buick-like rear spoiler, was running quarter miles deep from the 13s. That could be seen as much today. Each time a Chevrolet Camaro ZL 1.1-liter E will punch throughout the quarter in 11.7, but it really is worth remembering the tires on the era were about as sticky as being a curling stone sliding on buckyballs. High's magnificent seats, smooth and the quiet, having a bit of snarl when yowed like it, cost significantly lower than its German rivals. Great styling. Low's steering feel says, what? Doesn't quite hold the Germans' dance moves. Some interior materials could possibly be better. The GS badge floated in and out on the Buick lineup in the past, having recently been placed on a reworked Opel Insignia, which has a 259 horsepower turbo inline for which was available, which has a 6-speed manual transmission. The revivified Regal GS wasn't bad, but it really wasn't exactly heir to your mighty GSX or its honking turbo V6 GNX descendant. First and foremost, it turned out a modern Buick that did modern Buick things, which largely meant trading thrills for serenity. Today's new 2018 Buick Regal GS is more inside the vein of the campaigner's predecessor than its leery forebears, but there are many important differences. Dang, Regal, it's at you? First of most, the revolutionary GS version with the Regal Sportback, which, again, essentially is really a rebadged Opel Insignia, is often a legit looker. Sure, it cribs its overall four-door hatch shape in the BMW 4 Series Gran Coupe plus the Audi A5 Sportback, nonetheless it's no less than as attractive as either. The GS's all-wheel driven drivetrain also puts it squarely in Ingolstadt's horse race, through which its 3.6-litre V6 provides a distinct horsepower edge over the A5's turbocharged 2.0-litre inline four. The Buick's engine generates 310 horsepower for the A5's 252, plus it dishes out 282 lb-ft of torque in contrast to the A5's 273 lb-ft. On the winding byways of northern Georgia where we drove the GS, it built speed deceptively, cranking along at elevated velocities when we noted the absence of invasive kudzu over the roadside. They've been spraying the stuff, apparently, stacking the dead vines, a number of stories rich in some places. Our copy of REM's murmur suddenly seems from time. The Buick is confidence-inspiring enough to allow for this sort of its speed, side-glance sightseeing. The steering, regrettably, is only rheostatic, transmitting nothing on the road towards the driver's hands. Pressing the Sport or GS driving mode buttons aforementioned is Buick's tackler Sport plus mode only adds weight. It's a saxophone, half-dozen off the author proposition. We drummed our fingers in the driver's seat in search of shift paddles only to discover that they weren't there. Buick's researching the market suggests that its usage finds such performance-oriented folder oil gimmicky. Surprisingly, the paddles weren't strictly necessary. GM's 9-speed automatic transmission, co-developed with Ford, doesn't search for gears and valiantly does its part to help keep the 6 in the power band. The outgoing Regal's manual, regrettably, has followed the saber-toothed cat as well as cousin, the Buick Wildcat convertible, into your mists of memory. While the last GS came shod with sticky performance rubber, the 19-inch wheels on the new car were only all-season 24540R19 tires. They tended to sound peals of squeal under hard cornering, with mild understeer like a defining characteristic. The Buick is neither piggish nor ponderous, but despite having its fancy G-Kain's-Ost torquey vectoring system, fundamentally the identical one is found inside Ford Focus RS. It doesn't provide sharp-edged reflexes from the Audi. The large Brembo brakes beforehand look this company and mean it, too. Pedal feel is progressive, stopping power is serious, so we noticed no fade during zippy on-road shenanigans. We do, however, still find it a mite chintzy when manufacturers select flashy calipers in the beginning but forget about the rear brakes aesthetics. New values. The cabin is really a mixed bag. GM would need to ditch the pebbled, firm touch dash material that resembles hard plastic. Perhaps the company should consult the heads from Kia regarding options for alternative interior materials. The overall design is pleasant, plus the seats really are a standout pleasure. Their look, perhaps, can be a bit much, because they feature pass-throughs for 5-point belts that never will be installed within the car. However, in practice the seats are supportive, simple to adjust for fit, and are comfortable. BMW could take a number of lessons from GM on these chairs. The Regal Sportback's cargo area is commodious, offering 32 cubic feet of storage with all the rear seats up and 61 with these folded. Buick's contender from the Luxish liftback sweepstakes comes in at $39,995, or $3,580 lower than the A5 Sportback and $15,380 under the V6 powered S5 performance model. It's also $6,300 more affordable than an all-wheel drive BMW 430i xDrive Gran Coupe. Even going heavy about the options is hard-pressed to push the GS much beyond 46 large. As you move, the Germans keep it simplistic to nudge the A5 into base S5 territory and push the 430i well after dark 440i's starting price. Those who desire real sport of their sportbacks can no doubt still spend the coin on a single of those Bavarian jobs. Viewed, however, as being a value proposition, the 2018 Regal GS delivers a compelling package of features, practicality, and magnificence.
Yeah.